everybody, I'm so excited to be doing this video. I am doing a very quick one. Get to know me tag today. I requested a couple of questions on my social media accounts for anyone to ask me questions about this journey, about me personally. I wrote them down just to make sure that I answer enough questions, but also not too many, because I do not want this video to be too long. Okay, so first things first. Oh, it's quite hot here. I want to show you guys where I am. Actually, I'm at a forest. One thing about me is that I enjoy being in nature, and I always find myself a little quiet spot where no one is, and it's quite safe here to do it. It's in the nearby forest, and I just literally come here and lay on the grass, listen to some music, write something, anything that I feel like doing in that moment. So I come here to the forest to just relax after a long day, or during the week sometimes. So I really love it. Let me quickly show you guys how it looks. This is my little secret location. That's my bike, and yeah, just open fields. You can't hear any trains or cars or people from here. You can only hear the birds. Peaceful. So yeah, I want to quickly summarize who I am, if I'll be able to. I don't find it quite easy to describe myself. Okay, so I am a 23-year-old. I grew up in a small town in South Africa, and matriculated in the year 2016. I then went on to further my studies in Cape Town at CPUT. So yeah, long story short, I dropped out after 2 years and decided to then work and figure out what it is that I actually wanted to do and how I would be able to pursue my passion. So during that year where I was taking a little break and I was working, then remembered that straight after matric I actually wanted to do this au pairing thing, but it seemed impossible. And also my mom, she didn't want me to go far away from home, which I can understand because she and I are very close. But yeah, I started doing research on it again and checked a few agencies and went through the whole application process, and then lockdown happened, and unfortunately the whole thing had to be put on hold. I then continued working, and after that, I just felt like, okay, we're in this COVID-19 lockdown, and this is my life at this point. And so it kind of seemed hopeless, like I wasn't going to be able to do this, and also financially. But by God's grace and by the help of close friends and family, I managed to sort out everything, and I also found a host family, and I made my way to the Netherlands. It's been fun. It's been fun being here. The only thing that was disappointing is because of the fact that I came here during a pandemic, and then I think it was like in a few weeks or so that I arrived, and then we had full lockdown. There was no possibilities of me traveling and exploring and doing other things. Places were closed. So yeah, it kind of really, it sucked, but I tried to make the most out of it, and now things are looking better. So yeah, that's a quick brief summary of how I ended up here. And yeah, so let's get on with the questions. I'm going to read them and try to answer them as best as I can. What are you doing in the Netherlands? I am au pairing in the Netherlands. So basically, what an au pair does is care for children of a host family in exchange for salary, and also the chance to explore in Europe. Most of the time you will be working with children, and on weekends you are able to explore and go sightseeing, and you also do get holidays sometimes, which is great, pretty awesome. How long will you be living in the Netherlands for? 1 year. I have a 1 year contract, so it's only 1 year. How has the journey been so far? It has been challenging in a good way, and it has also been fun. It has been amazing. I still can't believe that I'm actually here. And yeah, that's all I can say about it. Like, it has been truly amazing. I just feel blessed. Like, it takes some getting used to. Like, in the few months or so, you feel like, okay, how do I navigate through a completely different country, completely different continent? Yeah. So, but I've loved it so far. What is your zodiac sign? I am a Cancer. So if I do cry during the filming of my vlogs, please guys, do not pay attention to it. Pretend as if you're not seeing it. I am okay. This is just something that happens to me all the time. I cry when I'm happy, I cry when I'm sad. I'm just overly sensitive. And yeah. What is your favorite city? My favorite city so far has to be Rotterdam and Harlem. Which other city is there also? I don't even know how many cities I've seen so far. Honestly, like, on weekends, you just take a train and you decide on the spot, okay, I'm just going to go to this town because I've never been there, going to this city. So I honestly can't keep track of each and every place that I've been to. Okay, what were the difficulties you faced in your first few months? My first few months, I struggled with the cycling. It took some time, it took some getting used to, because honestly, it's not like in South Africa. We don't use bicycles to commute to places on a daily basis. Here, everyone cycles. Kids learn from the age of 3 years old how to cycle. So people here cycle to work, to anywhere in general. They cycle for fun. They just, yeah, it's the way of living here. So I really love it, but it takes some getting used to, and also remembering that you have to cycle on the right hand side. And now also the road rules applies to you as well as a cyclist, which in South Africa is not the same thing. Yeah. So there's a specific road for all the cyclists, and you have to pay attention to, the road signs. And also when you get to the highway, there's traffic lights for the cyclists. So I was just like, what? What? And also it gives me so much anxiety. I think I'm better now, much more comfortable now, but in the beginning I was very anxious when I arrived close to like a busy traffic spot, and was like, oh my word, I don't know if I should go first. What are the road rules? I do not know what I'm doing. I just hope that I do not cause an accident. So yeah, I see how people cycle here. But also a quick tip: never follow the locals. Like, don't do what they're doing, because they're used to it, and you could stand a chance of getting a traffic fine if you do follow someone else's little tricks, because they're obviously used to it. They could just pass through, and yeah, when they're not supposed to. And you actually do not want to get a fine here, because it is expensive. The second thing I struggled with has to be the language. I came here thinking that Dutch is just, the same as Afrikaans, and I could easily understand it and I could easily speak it. And then I got the shock of my life. And luckily I had to do like a 3 months course. Was it 3 months? I think so. Where I had to learn the basics of Dutch. Now I understand it better. Do I speak it better? I've heard that. People tell me all the time that I do speak Dutch a bit better than I used to in the beginning. And honestly, I still kind of have to like go through it in my head. Like, one sentence is such a struggle. I just have to think, okay, do not use that Afrikaans word because they use it, but it means something different. So yeah, the language was a bit tricky. The thing that I struggled with was being so far away from my family. I have never imagined how it would feel like to not have anyone around you that you know, friends, family, no one. You all by yourself. The only people that you know here is your host family and also um, the people at the agency. So it takes a lot of time to just eventually find friends that you click with. So yeah, I really miss my family. I miss my friends. I miss home. I miss food. And what else do I miss? I miss the South African vibes. Here you don't hear piano playing and you just like so bored. You're just like, oh, I miss it. Like that thing Ekasi where you like, look Shini, you know. Umeza is playing some music, the back there's a car passing through your street playing music loud as hell. So here it's just like very quiet and I'm just like not used to it. I think maybe it's because I'm living in a small town, but I think the same thing applies when I'm in Amsterdam and these big cities. It's just like the vibe is not the same. Okay. Another thing I struggled with was understanding the currency. I wish that I was more prepared, for that, how to use euros. And when I came here, all I ever did was convert euros to rands just to make sure that I don't overspend. I definitely made a lot of mistakes in the beginning when trying to figure out the money, and you live and you learn. You end up getting the knack of it, and then you know that okay, next time this is my limit. I know how to work out what is expensive and what is not. And how many languages do you speak? Oh, I speak English, Afrikaans, Xhosa. I speak a little bit of Chivenda. I understand Dutch, and I speak a little bit of Dutch. So I guess yeah, that's the list of my languages. Someone asked me, how do I become an au pair? You better write this down. It's a lot of information. Okay, number one, choose a country. You should know where you want to au pair. Do you want to au pair in Europe? Which country in Europe? Do you want to au pair in North America? And yeah, take it from there. Once you know where you want to au pair, and then you can have a look at, for example, agencies in the Netherlands. And then you have to make sure that you know the requirements and if you then qualify to become an au pair. And then you pick an agency so that you can start the application process. But make sure that you check, the agency's background, like are they registered? And like on Facebook, you'd find like reviews on certain agencies, and then you know that okay, this agency has a reputation, a good one or a bad one, so that you know. Just make sure to do like a thorough background check on these agencies, just so that you know that you will be protected while you're here, and you know that you're safe. It's something that's guaranteed. Yeah. Well, then as soon as you've picked your agency, you start the application process, and then you have to make sure that you are financially prepared for all the costs. You're busy with your application form, it will also, like, there will be a section where they tell you what you need to budget for: passport, documentations that you'll be needing to fill in, things that you need to send here, there, your flight, and your pocket money for your first month. Yeah, it's a lot of things, but just make sure that you check all of those things that you need to budget for. So then as soon as you've went through the application process, you then await for the agency to assign you a host family. And in most cases they give you 3 options or 2. It depends how many host families have been applying to get au pairs. So then you pick a family that you feel comfortable with. You have the Skype calls, interviews, and you do trainings with your agents. So they prepare you for, this journey, and then, yeah, take it from there. Last tip, have patience. You will go through a time where you feel like, oh, it's taking a bit too long, and you'll be discouraged, and maybe you'll feel disappointed if maybe a family that you really wanted doesn't want you. It can happen. I think always follow your gut feeling. Yeah, you might get lucky and find a really good family. There are really amazing families here. Yeah. Next question. What do you like or hate about the Netherlands? Okay, I'll just mention one thing I hate so far about the Netherlands is the weather. The winter was definitely not like something I am used to. It was cold. It was cold. There was snow. It was windy. It was rainy all the time. I was just like over it. I am done. I am over this. I didn't think that we would ever have summer here. And to show that I didn't actually, expect it to be hot, I only brought winter clothes here. I don't have any summer clothes. So now I had to buy, a few items there and there because now I can't be working in jeans and a thick jacket all the time. No, no, it's hot now. People wear shorts here. People cycle with dresses. And I'm just like, okay, it's really summer. I have trust issues when it comes to the weather here because sometimes they would predict, okay, it's going to be hot today. Next thing you check outside, it's just like rain, and I'm like, "Aibo." So things that I do like, the safety. Of course, you should always be vigilant. You're in a different country. You don't know anyone here. Ako mamako, ako tatako. Always be vigilant. Make sure whenever you're in like one of these big cities where there's a lot of tourists and a lot of people around, to close your pockets, zip up your bags, keep your things close to yourself, and don't talk to people that you don't know. Don't talk to strangers. Just like know where you are going. If you're going somewhere and you're getting lost, maybe ask one of the bus drivers or at the tourist information desk and navigate to where you're going. Yeah, just follow your GPS correctly. Yeah, yo, it is safe here. Um, because I can't believe that as a woman I am able to travel during the night at 12 a.m., 1 a.m. on a train, going home, and then also walking from the station to my home. It's just like, even like in the train, you are safe. It might be empty, you're still safe. It might be full, you are still safe. The South African in me still couldn't believe it when I could travel during the night and I wasn't robbed. The thing I love about being here is the reliable transportation. You can travel with a tram, bus, train, and you get around easily. You can travel from one town to another, from province to province within a day. You can travel to another province in less than an hour or 2 hours. Sometimes it depends on where I'm going, and that is pretty amazing. The fact that I can go to another province within a day and come back. Yeah. The other thing I love about the Netherlands is the architecture. Just like walking around and you look at these old buildings, and I feel like the the towns have kind of the same elements. It is amazing. I just love the architecture here, and I love how organized it is here. Definitely in a first world country. Someone wrote me a question asking, what are the strangest cultural differences between the Dutch and South Africans? I'm gonna mention only two things I think that stood out for me. It has to be the food. The food. One thing I find strange is like on someone's birthday, if for instance it's your birthday, like you're not the only one that gets, best wishes. People would come and wish the rest of your family also a happy birthday, and I'm just like, it doesn't make sense. It's not their birthday, it's yours. So that I couldn't understand, but Yeah, I guess it's just a thing for them. When I got here, and then you obviously get your cutlery and you have to eat with a fork and a knife. That's a normal thing that we do. But when Dutch people eat pastas, they use a fork and a spoon. So I just couldn't understand that admin situation over there. I'm used to just using a fork. Yeah. People ask me how many videos they can expect from me. I do not like making promises. I am a very inconsistent person, but I will try to do my best. Yeah, so I can do a minimum of 3 videos in a month. That's the best I can do. But yeah, that's all from me. It's really getting hot here. I need to end this video, and I'd like to thank you guys for joining me. I love the support, and I hope that I've answered enough questions, and we'll continue to answer more questions along the way. Yeah, if anything new comes up, because today I can't think of anything. I can't think, it's too hot. But yeah, that is all from me. Hope you guys are healthy, hope you guys are happy, hope you guys in a good mental space, and thank you guys for joining me. See you next time. I will be posting another video very soon, and yeah, let's have fun. Let's discover this beautiful country, and yeah,